Like it. All right, welcome everybody to the 197th episode of the TFT Podcast. I haven't been on in like 5 episodes. What episode is this?
Thought it was like 165. I don't really know though.
Let's just pretend it's 165. Welcome everybody.
Hello.
With us is Mr. Warburg.
Good evening.
There is Tara.
Howdy.
And James.
Hello.
There we go. All right, now everything's fixed. This is how professional we are.
Excellent.
You are immediately regretting coming on.
I don't know, 10 out of 10 so far.
10 out of 10? Alright, I'll take it.
Better than our podcast.
10 out of 10,000.
That's not very nice.
Now, how recent, do you only have 2 episodes of your podcast? Like, was that a short-lived thing, or is that still, like, ongoing?
We've done 2 episodes on the YouTube channel, but then we stopped posting them, and we just started uploading them. Yeah, nobody watched them off our channel. So we upload them to our SoundCloud, and you can access it through our website.
Yes.
So nice.
So we have about 4 on there. Sorry.
So tell us more about what you guys do. What are you?
Well, we make a lot of things because we have too much spare time, apparently.
Sure.
Mostly we make videos, review type things about different video games. James's are a lot more opinionated than mine are. We also write comic books. We have published 2 so far. We have a podcast. Oh, we have t-shirts. What else do we do?
I don't know. What else do we do? That's pretty much it. Comics, videos. We want to do stuff for like RPG gaming type stuff because we play a lot of Pathfinder. And so we were thinking of integrating some form of, character builds or just discussions about how you could make gaming easier for your gaming group if people play those sort of tabletop RPGs. We do a lot of stuff. I draw the comics, Tara writes them.
Mm-hmm.
What are the comics mainly about?
The one we're working on is actually based off of D&D characters that we've both made. And it's a loose story about an exiled prince who wants to get back into good graces with his family. And he amasses a small team to carry out the desires of the corrupt queen.
Entertainingly incompetent team.
Yeah, yes.
So is this based off the scenario that your DM made for you, or were these 2 characters that you liked and you decided to kind of like create your own spin-off series?
That. They're just, each of them, like there's about 5 characters, 2 from me, 2 from Tara, and 1 we worked together on.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, I've role-played 2 of them, Tara's role-played 2 of them, and then the 3rd one, we need a 5th, or sorry, 5th one. I can count.
Are you sure?
So we integrated a 5th one just as somebody who could fit the final role, and we created the universe ourselves and just kind of planted them in.
So how much...
Go
ahead.
I was going to say the only thing you've actually kept from the beginning is just the characters.
Yeah.
But everything else is kind of based around the idea of the personality.
Yeah.
So the game that you played, that's not in the backstory of these characters?
No.
Like, that didn't happen. That's
nothing.
So you started fresh over.
Yeah, started fresh over.
Some of the characters are a little different just to kind of fit more the aspect of the story. Like, we might have played them differently than how they appear in our comic book. But, yeah.
Now, which ones did you flesh out personality-wise the best in the prior games?
Oh. James really
How long
likes
did they
role
live in
playing,
your session?
So... How long did they live? I think
Yeah.
all of them are still technically alive. Though, yeah, I mean, in the campaign that one of them, Treyas Kale, is from, she's the only person in the party to have survived this far. So I would say that's a good thing.
And the rest of the characters are retired for the most part from previous sessions. But yeah, no, one of the characters, it's on our website. The character Abdur Rashid is probably one of my most favorite characters to play, just because I played him as a complete imbecile, but he was somewhat wise. So he would pick up on simple, like, subtle things that would go on. The party would just glaze over, but stuff like a character missing a session and then reappearing, I'd definitely roleplay him noticing that while everybody just seamlessly integrated them back into the story. But playing idiots is so much fun. So
usually I get stuck in games being the healer, because nobody else wants to be the fucking healer, and I want everybody to survive, so I end up being the healer. That also makes me the good guy, too, in a group of people who want to do whatever the fuck they want. So it's usually I'm the moral compass of the group, and it's like every other session I can get people to do the good guy decisions instead of those stupid bad guy decisions. Like, realistically, if my guy was there, he wouldn't let you do this, but I want everybody to have fun playing the game, so go ahead.
That's always the
Tejan,
difficult balance.
question. How did you say compass?
I didn't say the word compass.
It just stuck out at me as like I hate when people pronounce it like that.
I don't know, man.
Move on.
It
Did I
sounds like
say
you guys
did I
are
say the
saying
word
same
moral
thing,
compass?
right?
Compass?
Yes, you did.
So what? Wait, did I say it wrong?
I don't know. I always said it said compass.
Maybe he's just
Oh, yeah.
compensating for something.
Compensating. Yes.
Compass.
But yeah, my latest session, I'm playing a elf monk, and basically I just play like a character that is a total show off, jumps into battle, just beats the shit out of everybody. I'm like, fuck this, I'm not healing any of you guys anymore. You're ungrateful little bitches. I'm finally going to be the fucking tank. I'm faster than everyone, so I'm always the first one in the battle. I get the most kills finally. So it's kind of fantastic.
My favorite characters to play are clerics, but I am never the heal bot, and I refuse to be. If you can't take care of yourself in battle, then I'll heal you afterwards, but unless it's absolutely dire, I won't heal people, because I'll never keep up. The damage output of enemies is going to be much greater than anything that I can heal, so I don't even play that game.
I just don't play healers. Let's play bards. I'll just cheer you on from the background.
I've wanted to play a bard before.
I don't know, I've had so much fun playing a bard so far. It kind of sucks because you get discouraged in combat because you do nothing. But you help everybody else do better, so that's a good thing at least. And out of combat, you're a boss because you got all the things. You can
do whatever the hell you want.
You can convince everybody that you're their friend. Just gotta try real, really hard.
Well, then
I like the idea of just some guy playing a guitar in the background singing everything that's happening during the battle.
And then you got
As if it
stabbed
was
in
like
the
this
face.
epic tale.
You're encouraging them. You're singing love ballads to the warriors, even as they're dying. And then you start learning love ballads to the enemy. You're just like, hey, I was always on your side. Look at this cool song I wrote for you.
Yeah, your friends start to die, you just switch your song. I was on your guys' side the whole time. I mean, yeah.
See, you weren't really listening to the song. There was subtext there. I was totally rooting for you.
Please don't murder me.
Oh, so good.
If you roll high enough, he'll believe it.
Exactly. That's the
Depends on how clever. If it's like a regular orc, you're like, oh yeah, I believe it.
Plus, like in Pathfinder, you can put your perform stats into diplomacy. So you got like a plus 30. You just dance, and everybody believes you.
Look at my magic feet. They're convincing you of my story.
I know you hate me right now, but just look down for a second. Look at those moves, man. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing these moves? Come on.
She's got a point, guys. She's got a point.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
What's that scene from Emperor's New Groove when Krunk has his shoulder angel?
Oh, yeah.
And like the devil one is like, all right, you got 2 reasons. Like, what is it? Like, I got a few reasons why you should believe me over him. And he's like, oh, look what I can do. And he does like a one-handed push-up. And Krunk goes like, I don't understand. And the angel goes like, oh, wait a minute.
He's got a point
there.
My favorite is when they're both like, all right, well, that bitch has got to die.
He's got to go.
Oh, man.
So when you role play, do you like the role-playing aspect, or do you like Battleborn? Or is it kind of like a happy medium?
I am awful at making characters, so you gotta go for the role-playing. It's like, I made a ranger recently that I roll really shitty. So I'm supposed to be a tank, but I can't hit anything because I roll like 3s constantly. Mm-hmm. So I made it so that she's really, really wanted to be a wizard, but she's just too dumb. So her performance is she just like little magic tricks, like, is this your card? And pulling money up behind people's ears and just stuff. Because I'm supposed to be good in a fight, but I just can't hack it.
Yeah, I prefer, like, I can build really good characters, but unfortunately we have a friend who happens to be an engineer, and he plays with us. So he breaks every character.
He knows how to min-max and everything?
Oh, absolutely.
God.
He does it in his sleep. And for him, it's all about the combat. So we really don't need to worry, because we just know he will win the fight, no matter what happens.
He can take on every enemy by himself.
I have more fun playing characters. I will get into I'll find, like, background stories. I'll make sure I bring it up in dialogue. I will really just let that character be me for the session.
And the voices. You really like the voices, James.
I do. I change voices.
Have you ever DM'd?
I am the current DM right now.
Oh, you are the DM. Okay, good.
So I do all of the NPCs.
My current DM, he does voices every now and again, and he's fucking hysterical. And I'm always like, do a voice. He's like, dude, I'm tired of doing voices. I'm like, but you're so fucking good at them. I get way, way, way into the characters if they have a voice. Like,
Just
if he does like an old man, he does the perfect crazy old man. And I'm like, oh my god, I really care about this character right now. Like, oh, he's like really fucking kooky. Oh, he's giving me a book on trolls. I just want to learn more about Book of Trolls.
Just be like, man, you're ruining my immersion. Do the voice. Come on.
He hates me because I constantly ask questions. Like, I just want to learn. I'm like, I always think there's something more. There's something hidden, like something we haven't figured out yet. So I'm always asking like a billion questions. And I think it helps to world build it a little bit too. If like you're creating story elements out of participating like that, you're asking questions like, oh, this is, and then it makes him think on his feet. It's like, oh yeah, because of this and this and this. And it's like something that can help build the world a little bit. So I like participating in that way.
NPCs. I love when I'm a player, I interact with NPCs in and out of combat relentlessly. I played a cleric that always saw the good in everyone. And so for the first couple encounters, there's some crooked guards, and I just befriended the shit out of them. And just made sure that they, like, I wasn't going to fight them unless I absolutely had to. And I forced the DM to make names for them.
That was
the characters.
I was the DM.
Oh, yeah. That was... And
Brighton was born.
Yeah. I made a NPC, just a random enemy, become an actual character. I, like, offer them jobs, generally, if they survive the combat. I'd try and get them to switch sides. I love...
You and I play very similar kind of characters. Because I love doing that shit. I like making minor characters suddenly important.
Right.
It's like, oh wait, let's not kill this lone soldier. Let's question him. Oh, let's take him with us. Right. Oh yeah, we're 600 miles away. Let's take him with us and ask him questions constantly.
My favorite is, how much is your boss paying you? Like 6 gold pieces? Well, we got 30 right here if you want to join us.
As being the DM of that session, oh god, it was so much improvising. I'm like, what? You're talking to him? What the fuck? Why? Damn it! Yeah, I guess this guy has a personality now.
Listen, every character is important in this world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They've all got their part to play.
Oh.
So, I have a list of questions here that Zach gave me. I'll probably ignore them, but whatever. So what got you guys kind of started what you're doing? What got you really interested in this?
I am addicted to YouTube.
I've always wanted just to create. It didn't really matter. I did a lot of like amateur film projects. We had a whole nother channel that we had with another group of friends, but they just stopped working with us. So we got bored of just sitting around and doing nothing. And we were like, well, let's make some videos. And Tara's like, oh, I could probably create some reviews or talk about games. And I can talk at length about anything I'm passionate about, so which is anything nerdy. So we just we decided for the start easy with video games, which we're both fairly passionate about, and there's a lot of other things we want to talk about, but we just haven't gotten around to doing it because we just wanted to focus on doing the video game stuff. And then as a school project, I was given the option to do a comic book. And after I did my first comic book, Tara's like, oh, we should write a story about our characters. And so we had the idea of making our own comic book based on our D&D characters. So she wrote it, and I drew the pictures, and we have 2 of them like printed and done, and scripts for the next 3, I think, and the rough draft pencils for 2 of them. So we slow and steady.
So how are you distributing? Do you actually have them in shops? Are you bringing them to conventions? Are you trying to sell them online?
All 3 of those things. Yeah, it's all local shops. We don't have an actual like distributor, so it's all self-published. It's in the 3 towns close to where we live. There's 1 to 2 shops in each of them that we have them being sold, and then we have an Etsy account that is linked to our website, and that also sells them. We haven't sold one off our Etsy account. It just got made, but we also have gone to we've done a convention in our local area that we had a table at, and we sold there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's nice to see that pay off, man. Something you literally concrete made, and then you pass it off, and then they hand you dollars.
Yeah, I know, right? And I don't know who they are. I was like, you're not a friend of mine. I don't know.
You're not a friend or family.
Why are you doing this?
It's usually family who buys everything, and it's the illusion that you're succeeding. It's like my parents are like, I bought all your comics. I'm like, God damn it, Mom, someone else is supposed to buy those.
But I'll take the money.
But, still give it to me. Thank you.
Thank you for being a loyal client. Please buy all the rest.
Yes. So yeah, it's my idea is I just want to create stuff. I don't care about getting huge or super famous. I just want to create stuff that at least if 10 people watch one of my videos and actually enjoy it, then I'm more than happy. I have a need to create, and I got to do it.
That's a good
a lot of times I just have the most random of impulses, like, I want to make a video about this, or I want to try to put this into, like, an animation type form. And a lot of times, like, the videos I enjoy making most are the ones that are just, do random fun. The most important part is it fun or funny to me, and then can I make others laugh with it?
I think that's how you find a genuine audience too. Is like if you are truly enjoying what you're making, if you're putting in your attitude and personality in something, and if it catches on, that's what makes it more fun to make and keep doing instead of trying to replicate what's popular or do what other people are doing. If you're having a great time and if you have 100 people watching it and enjoying it, like that's a huge success.
I would say so too, because think about it. If it does get popular, then you're stuck doing something you hate doing. And, like, to give that up would suck. It's also things like, yeah, I agree with the random videos. One of our most viewed right now is a video that I thought was hysterical when I made it, but when I'm watching it, it's just kind of ridiculous. It's a, like, review on Asego Academy. And it's just, like, basically what it was is I played it, and I got genuinely upset when I got the worst ending, because it's based on real people, and I was like, oh god, if I ever met them, they would hate me. This is horrible.
Everyone's dead.
Right? And so, like, I made a video that's just like, oh yeah, this sounds like so much fun, and then the end is just me crying because I got the worst ending possible. And it's such a ridiculous and stupid video, but, like, oh, it was so much fun to make.
And then the other most successful video is the one that my daughter's made.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Everybody likes children.
Screw them.
I laughed hysterically at the Undertale one. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Glad to hear it.
I was highly amused. I'm sorry during this podcast you won't be dying a lot, so I don't know how much fun you're going to have. But
Oh.
Yeah. Tara's
yeah.
death counts are always...
We won't indulge your masochist tendencies.
Oh no!
She enjoys those games, yet she won't play Dark Souls.
Fuck Dark Souls. That's too much, James. You gotta find a balance.
I like at first, I don't think you guys understood what I meant by that. And you're like, oh yeah. And you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Tara dies.
Well, it's one of those things when I was writing it down, I was like, I got some deja vu. What is this? I've said this before. And I went back, I'm like, fuck. There's a
I'm like,
theme.
out of context, that's gonna be really weird.
Hey, you gotta throw the weirdness in. People will be curious and maybe dig deeper. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just stop watching altogether. But you know, I'm amused.
So what right now is like your favorite thing to make? Specifically.
I don't know. What about you, James?
Well, I've only made one of them, but I like my classic games because I love my classic games.
Really, I can't tell by the shelf that I'm staring at right now. I mean, nothing. You continue.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge... I grew up with a Nintendo, like the original, and I just have so many Nintendo games that I still play actively. And there's so many games I just want to talk about because half of them are garbage, but there's a charm in them that it's hard to convey.
Let's talk about one.
Anyone?
What's your favorite Nintendo game?
My favorite one's Mega Man 2, but I'm not
Mega
going to
Man
talk.
2.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because that will be your entire podcast, and I don't. I will talk.
This is when you pivot to your video.
Yeah,
there is a video
Do you have
about
a video
it.
up? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's Mega Man 1. I do a video on Mega
yeah.
Man 1 because I feel that game, while it was a great starting point, it fails on so many levels, and people just assume it's a classic because it was the first one, but I felt they never really did any good until the second one. Like, they were just still finding their...
Isn't that like Street Fighter? Street Fighter 1 was like absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Street Fighter
That's
2
like
came out and
Capcom.
everybody's like, it's baller!
See, that's one of those things that I think holds true in like a lot of gaming, like even really modern stuff. Like look like Assassin's Creed. First one? Ugh. Second one?
Second one?
Oh, damn.
Classic.
Mass
Well,
Effect. Mass Effect.
it's always like,
oh
that's the
shit.
proof of concept one.
Yeah.
And then they finally find their feet, and then the third one sucks.
Yep.
Okay,
Even like
Mass
in the
Effect-
90s, Crash Bandicoot. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Quick question, Mass Effect, that gets good in the second one?
Oh,
'Cause
oh yeah.
I just
this is-
started playing the other day because I was bored and I wanted a game that I've never played before, and Tara happens to own all three of them.
Never played
And-
them, but I have them.
Like
So I was like, can I play this one? So I started with the first one, and I'm like, alright, it's okay.
that is the best way to do it because you can't really go back after doing 2 and 3 because they streamline so
They're so
much
much better.
of the menu and the inventory system and the
Listen,
gameplay.
you never have to drive that fucking tank again.
Nope.
Oh, thank God. Like, what? I was
Yep.
like, this isn't fun. This is not... Games are
Yep.
supposed to be fun!
Plus, like, the dialogue's just a little bit better. Like, the elevator load scenes aren't there. Everything just flows better in the next two.
Okay,
And-
good.
Mass Effect 2 is maybe the best 360 game and that, like, PS3 generation title. It's in that conversation.
Oh,
I
nice.
would definitely agree.
Okay,
Oh no,
well,
I love Dishonored. That's my favorite 360 game.
That's my favorite 360 game.
Mine would be
You ever
Halo
played
3.
Tales of Vesperia? Anyone?
I know the series, like the Tales series.
No, the game called Lost Odyssey. That was probably my favorite
I've
360.
played that one. Oh,
That's
so
the guy who
good.
made Final Fantasy, right? The original.
He did. Was he the original creator? I know he. They hired the music guy.
Naboo?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
he was-
pretty sure
yeah.
that when because Final Fantasy went up to 10, and then they wanted to do 10-2, and like both Naboo
He's
and
like,
the
"Nah."
original director are like, no, we don't do sequels, and they're like, well, we actually own the rights to these games, so we don't care, we're gonna do it, and they ended up leaving the company. I think Naboo went back eventually, but they left the company and made a new game under a different production company, and I don't know. I think it was Lost Odyssey that was their first game.
Lost Odyssey is a fantastic game. long as balls. But
I was gonna say
it's
my vague memory of that is just, oh my god, how long is this game? It's still
I
going.
like it. I like it because it's a later game, but it's still traditional turn-based combat, which is like my favorite fucking thing like in video games ever. I just love traditional turn-based combat.
I prefer it over I prefer it over like non-turn-based, like first-person shooter type thing, just because my reactions are garbage. If it's turn-based, then I can actually do something instead of just dying.
I just think there's like a certain amount of like, it feels a little bit more like chess. Some games are easy, but it's like when you're facing like a real fucking hard villain, like in Final Fantasy X, you have to really think about like, what am I going to do in the next 4 fucking turns to survive this guy? Because he's going to do this fucking epic move in 3 turns. I can see his little face in the sidebar. He's going to murder my shit. So how do I prepare for that?
Yeah, that was the last good Final Fantasy that I played. I played the 12th one a bit, and then I was like, I don't.
I've only ever played
12
13.
is like good for the first 13 hours, and then it just goes. And then 13 is the opposite. It's like not that great for the first 9-10 hours, and then it goes awesome.
Oh, really?
I really liked 13. I liked how it ended. I still haven't finished 13-2, and 13-3 is sitting on my shelf getting collecting dust.
I have a lot of those games that aren't opened on my shelf. Not those ones, just games in general. Like all
I haven't even played
Effect.
Halo 5 yet.
Yeah, I get like that too. I'll buy, like, I haven't even played Vanquish. I hunted for that game for like ever, and I haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, I have the Fable that uses the Kinect, whatever that is. I haven't opened it either.
Fable Legends, I think, is it?
I think
I heard it went.
Journey.
I heard it went
Fable
that
Journey.
good.
Fable Journey. Yeah, it was the one after 3.
Yeah.
Legends got canceled.
Did it?
That studio shut down.
Yeah, it was that weird, like, it was going to be like a 4v1, like, weird co-op thing.
Oh.
Like Gauntlet?
Kind of. It just read like it was going to suck. So... Because it was none of the people that worked on any of the first 3, and different, like just a different structure. And I was like, this just doesn't sound good, so I'm out.
I just imagine they wrote it out, and they're like, yeah, that sounds great. And then they sat down and read it back over it, and like, fuck, this is garbage. You can't make this game. Shut it down!
I wish people do that with certain films.
Oh, yes.
Like,
Yeah. Right.
Well,
too much money already invested. Might as well just make it.
Oh, this line's garbage. Oh, well, just pump it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
I like to think about, there has to be like all these movies that turn out to be shit. Like say like the latest Fantastic Four movie. It's like, was it really good on paper? Like, was it really great before editing? Like, what
I will say the guys that were working
reshoots.
on it are people who like helped write Chronicle and stuff, so they know how to write a good thing.
Story. Yeah.
It just felt like that one felt like the director just had no idea what the fuck he was doing. Some of the stories that came out about that movie are like, how did the studio not step in on like day 5? Like,
well, that's
like right from the bat, people were like wanting at each other's throats.
Yeah, I heard those too. I heard that the director he was like really cruel for the most part. Like he was really strict, really angry, yelled at everyone.
And
but
it's only his second movie too. So
yeah, his first cut of the film, they showed it, and the studio's like, yeah, we're gonna do a lot of refilming, and when all of those reshoots were done with like the director like just drunk and pissed, and he was really angry. And in fact, you can see in the film certain reshoots because the girl who plays the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm,
Kate Mara.
Yeah, she has a wig in half the scenes of the film.
Ooh.
Because so you can
really
definitely
bad
see
wig too.
you can see like the difference between
Wow.
her real hair and then like, oh, this scene she's this is a reshoot.
Like
She's
if you
wearing
watch the beginning of the movie, she's got like roots and she wears her hair down. And then there's just one scene I can remember. It's when she's like training and she like flies to her dad, and it's like you can see like where like because wigs don't have seams, really bad ones. So you can see where like it connects to her head and stuff like that, and it's just like it's so painfully obvious. It's just like what the fuck is wrong with her head?
I wanted that movie to be good.
Yeah,
I do too.
I haven't seen it.
It's like Batman vs Superman. I don't want to hate on DC, but that movie was awful. and I
That
wanted to
one,
like it so
that
bad.
one feels like editing because
Oh, yeah.
this has happened to 2 of Snyder's films now, where the director's cut is actually really damn good, and the studio was like, we don't know what the fuck we have, so that's getting cut, and that's getting cut, and that's getting cut, and now the story is a fucking mess.
Well, it's things like
Well, it
this.
has to be like. Good.
Oh, sorry. Even like things without the editing, though, there's a few story things that I don't know. Maybe the director's cut fix them, but things like the reason they stopped fighting and the flashback with Flash. Those two
That's
things.
something that I think is going to pay off in future things because
but
it's setting up some fairly comic book-esque story points, which
just
lends
felt like they
itself to
could've-
the planting a seed next movie. Oh, now it makes sense.
I just felt like it
That's a
could've been
pretty
handled
comic book
better,
trope.
Though. It could
Yeah.
have been handled better if that's what they were trying to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
It's
It
just
didn't
ugh.
seem to help out with this movie,
No.
especially because
And
it
all
was
the
like
shit
one
that has
added
come
on
out
thing.
afterwards, like all the new directors getting like fired and writers getting changed and stuff. And then like Jeff Johns now is like officially like, yes, you're the creative director. Like before he was like a title only and he didn't have any power. Now he's like a week after he was named the creative director, Superman's going to be on the CW on the Supergirl show, and like a bunch of writers are coming back to the TV stuff, and it seems like he has a better handle on the characters because I mean he's written like all of these characters at some point in his career, so he actually gets the universe, and I'm
Well, that's the
excited to
nice
have
thing.
somebody who gives a shit actually
Yeah.
running stuff because Marvel's had that for going on 12 years
Since
at
the
this point.
Yeah, thanks to Kevin Feige has done a great
Yeah.
job at like just coordinating everything.
Yeah, like when he took
Um,
over and got bought, when they came into Disney, he brought all his people and they just carried like a whole semi-load to the DC studio and was like, hey, everyone read these fucking comic books. And like that's something that's come out in like a bunch of different stuff and is like from day one he immersed everyone in that studio and you are going to read these comic books.
Everybody
That's the
wants
way
to
to do
work with Jeff Johns too. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Everybody
The guy-
respects him. Everybody wants to fucking work with him. Everybody wants to be on his books. Everybody wants
Yeah.
to draw his books. Everybody wants to work on his creative image. And that's why he should have had a lot more fucking creative control.
Yep.
It sucks that we have to rely so heavily on just Jeff Johns, but it's like he knows what he's fucking doing. He should
Yep.
be on top.
Yeah, like, and I feel like him getting that, like, for me, because I'm a bigger proponent of the TV universe than the movies, because movies are not, I don't think, where the best place to tell comic book stories are. I think it's
I
TV just
agree.
because of the episodic nature, and the everything getting now condensed back onto the CW network, which is really cool that Supergirl came there. Oh man, I'm really excited for that.
Oh, did
because-
it?
Yeah, because Berlanti and what's his partner, whatever his partner's name is, they're both going to be in-house full-time at Vancouver, not splitting time between LA and Vancouver, working on like 4 different shows.
Nice.
And so I think that's going to help out a lot because things kind of faltered there towards the middle of a lot of the shows
Mm-hmm.
because they're the producers of all of them, and it felt like they just weren't there to make things work better.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like one got better, the rest got worse, and it just kind of alternated. And I'm hopeful that it gets better.
Question is iZombie in the same universe or no?
No, but I think there's going to be a point this coming fall where CW has a DC Comics show every single night of the week.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to be... So, I've barely watched any of it. Which is strange for me
Oh,
because I'm a huge
they're-
DC fan, but I'm going to
They're
watch
doing
everything.
Flashpoint on Flash. Like, it happened.
Why?
He went
That
back.
was terrible.
He went back and saved his mother from dying. And now it's... But here's the thing. You have to reset it. So this is how Supergirl is going to be in the universe.
Oh gosh.
Makes total sense for that because she was going to exist off on her own thing and the rest are all in the same universe. Would make
Right.
crossovers kind of hard to do. You do Flashpoint, which is one of the, like, whether or not it's like a classic, it's one of the biggest Flash story arcs, at least in modern.
It's
you know.
important, but it was terrible.
But when you're looking at ways to restart a universe,
Yeah.
that's one of you, unless you're going to do Crisis on Infinite Earths, which maybe now with Johns at the helm, they'll have the balls to do, in a couple of years, be like,
I don't
hey,
think they have enough people to do it.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the cinematic stuff takes off because they're also still
'Cause
working
that-
on some spin-offs in the CW even too.
Because that was 50 years of comics wrapped
Yeah.
into that. Too. The whole point of revamping 50 years of comics.
Yeah, it
into
was to
the
streamline their
storyline.
continuity because it was just fucked.
That
But-
was done out of necessity, not because it was like
Yeah.
creatively a great idea.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like
it turned out to be a good story, but it was like, it's just like, it was totally done out of necessity, and doing that for 4 shows it's like kind of.
Well, there's also the stuff that if they do that, it might affect. If they're gonna do Crisis, it might affect the movies too. Like that's
Sure.
what I mean by like ambitious. If anyone's gonna have the ambition to do it, it's probably gonna be Jeff
completely
Johns.
combining all of the
Into
TV
one-
and their film.
Yeah, like basically confirming that the multiverse includes both, and then like the Crisis on Infinite Earths would compile
like
them all into
Marvel.
one. Basically, Ezra
Not
Miller
Marvel.
would be out of a job as Flash and just give it to Grant Gustin because the dude is fucking awesome. Awesome,
I
Barry Allen.
just don't understand why they're trying to do a Flash movie. It's stupid.
I don't get that you can have two Barry Allens, but you can't have two dead shots. So let's kill him off. Let's kill off
It's
Amanda
actually
Waller.
just going
Let's
to be
kill
the
off
episodes
Deathstroke.
from the Flash series, like melded into one, like with no episode breaks. I'm not going to change anything.
That's the Flash movie.
They just literally show what you would get on a DVD, but just like on the big screen, like it's a new movie. What?
Hell, they
Yeah,
do
well,
like-
yeah, because see, the theory is that the people that aren't going to go that already seen the Flash series are going to be all upset about this. But if you haven't seen it, you can be like, oh, what's this movie?
Yep. Hey, if they do the
Just
Gorilla
the-
Grodd episodes, everyone will be like, oh, those effects are really fucking great. This looks amazing.
I've never watched. I have watched the first couple episodes of Flash. I'm not a huge DC fan. I'm a Marvel fan and through, but I do watch a bit of it, and rather than read DC and watching a bit of the Flash, I heard about the Gorilla guy.
Oh yeah, Gorilla Grodd, they nailed it. And then
and
they
it's
did
good.
King Shark on TV. What? Oh,
Listen,
Maybe I have
King
to go
Shark,
back and rewatch
legitimate
this.
villain. Not really,
It-
but
Tejan, it was perfect. Like
I
you
like
watched that
any
episode,
gorilla-based villain or hero. I'm a huge fan of.
and
like,
he's a gorilla that
Marvel's
has telepathy.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, Marvel has Agents of Atlas, which has like the Gorilla Man, who's just this man trapped in a gorilla body, and that's it.
Mhm.
And I love them. I like anything where like they take a human and just put him in like an unnatural position, or like a gorilla with human capabilities.
Mhm.
So I was interested in that. I know nothing about him. I know nothing about the Flash. My DC knowledge is all Batman.
listen, just what you need to know about the Flash is that he's
He
by
moves real
far
fast.
the most powerful superhero of all goddamn time. He has the most ridiculous powers. He could literally just fuck everything up.
And that's
He could
kind
also
of
fuck
my
everything and
problem
then
with DC.
Nobody would even like.
They
It'd be
would know. You would know.
instantaneous.
Every woman on the planet is impregnated by the Flash. It literally could happen.
That's how the immaculate conception happened.
So the Flash is responsible for Jesus Christ?
Yep, it was an
You
accident
heard
on
it
time
here
travel
first,
thing.
folks.
Shit happened.
Time
Flash is
fucking
back in time.
shenanigans. Don't worry about it. Don't
Ah,
ask questions. It's in the Bible.
yeah.
And then there was a flash of light. Oh, what could that
Yeah,
be?
God was like, I could explain this, but you guys don't even know maths. Nah, I'll pass.
No
Do
one
you
will
think
ever believe me.
Do you think if Jeff Johns rewrote the Bible, he would include that?
I could see that.
It's like everything
I
else
could
is
see a
exactly
nod
the
like
same
that.
except that one moment.
How much better
It's
would
like
the Bible
Samson
be
was
if Jeff
Superman,
Johns wrote it?
you know, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe Captain Marvel. Who knows? One of the two.
Oh, that
I'm not
confuses me so much.
saying fucking Shazam. It's Captain
Yeah.
Marvel because it
It's Captain
predates.
fucking Marvel.
It predates
Captain Marvel?
Yes,
Yes.
it predates Fawcett and everything. Like Captain Marvel is the character's fucking name.
Yes.
They picked a terrible replacement. Shazam.
That's what
Yeah,
he
knows
says. That's how he
Shazam.
gets his powers. It's not his name.
Well,
God.
they can't have someone with their competitor's name running around. That's just plain blasphemy.
But it predates it.
It does.
It predates-
Captain
Yeah,
Marvel, Fawcett
They've been on
Comics
since the
predates
50s.
Carol Danvers
But
by
then
quite a
Flash
lot.
went back in
Oh,
time.
Or Marvel.
Yeah, it predates even him by quite a bit.
Yeah.
They
Well,
made
I was just
him in
saying
what
the company's
the early 40s, I think, to combat the Superman stuff, and it was actually outselling him for a while.
Oh, wow.
To the point where DC bought Fawcett and then just didn't print the character for like 2 decades.
Yeah.
Just to be like, hey, fuck you for honing in on our turf.
Yeah.
Well, going
Let's-
back to Fantastic Four, Marvel pulled a really similar thing, because the Fantastic Four movie was made to fuck over Marvel and keep the rights by whoever, and so Marvel canceled the Fantastic Four comic book.
Oh yeah, they canceled a lot. Like they killed Wolverine, and they did a lot of shit that was like, Are they just really like
out of spite.
just flipping Fox off at this point? I
Well,
don't know.
I was really mad at them for a while because they had one of their writers is what's his pickle? Rick Remender, and I can't stand his writing. He writes like it's fan fiction. And they had him orchestrating so much in their universe that like I had to literally step out from reading a lot of their stuff. And only now am I getting back into reading more of their modern stuff because I just can't stand his writing. And they killed off Wolverine. They've removed the Fantastic Four from the universe entirely almost. They've kept Human Torch and the Thing, but the rest of the FF family are now gods to the universe.
Sure.
Sure.
As you do.
This was
like
after
you do.
that big like Battle World thing, right?
Yeah, that's their big climax with Secret Wars, which played off into. It felt really well built compared to like the Secret Wars from like whatever I don't know, it was like the 80s or something like that. They did a Secret Wars run. They did 2 of them back to back, and then they brought it back, and they made it feel very genuine to the Secret Wars, having like this planet made of piecemeal sections of different planets and dimensions. And Doctor Doom had just basically convinced Molecule Man to let him have infinite power, and Doctor Doom was a god until like a few of the heroes happened to have survived this weird him becoming a god thing and remembered who they were. And so they basically created a motley crew to stop him and take back the universe.
And
And
they
Mr.
formed an
Fantastic,
amazing 80s hairband.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic ended up replacing him and being a god with his son, and like they basically make sure the universe works now.
Alright, screw
You
all
guys did
that.
that.
Spider-Verse. That's what I want. Everything all the time, Spider-Verse.
Well, they
Spider-Ham?
technically did that.
It was great.
Did that
I
in the
actually enjoyed
cartoon,
it.
didn't they, I think?
Speaking of
Spider-Verse-
Marvel, what do you guys think of the Captain America stuff?
I liked Spider-Man. The Captain
stuff,
America
the movie?
movie
Well, I
was...
was talking the comic books.
The
Oh.
Hydra.
What just happened?
Oh, the Hydra? Yeah. Like, I don't... Everybody gets really up in arms about that sort of stuff, but it's comic books, so they're gonna do something for about 2 years, and then they'll switch
Well, I don't
back
even think it'll be that. Like, there's a girl in the opening pages that's literally a walking cosmic cube who was there when Captain America's like stopped a plane from crashing, and then like I want to say in the previous book, if I remember reading a panel right, like Red Skull like got knocked into her, and then the next book, like Captain America's working for Red Skull. That seems a little like, oh, well, there's your MacGuffin. That's how
I think whatever they do with this story, they need to stick to it, because they shouldn't rewrite it because people are bitching about it. They need to stick to whatever fucking story they came up with and just see it through. Because if they have, seriously, like, you can have no faith in the fucking creative power, and it'll still go back to the fucking par for course. He will eventually not be
Yeah.
Hail
Hydra.
Hydra.
I mean,
you know?
that's a
It's
comic
like-
book thing. They reset universes all the time. Like,
Yeah.
things like the Skrull invasion. And, like, there's a lot. And House of M. They basically just, like, went, oh, we fucked up so much shit. Hold up. Alright, now everybody's alive again. Let's go fuck
Yeah.
up
Well,
more
that was
shit.
like
That's
they
a
at
story
least
arc
do that
where-
as like that's like a series event too. It's like a
Yeah.
1 of 8 where you know by part 8 it's either gonna have a resolution or
Yeah. Or even with
it's
Civil
gonna have
War,
some lasting.
when like Spider-Man revealed himself, and then in the Spider-Man series they realized, oh shit, we can't have everybody know who he is, so he sells his love to the devil, and now nobody knows who he is anymore.
That was terrible.
Hey, that was a good story.
I
because
like
it was
that-
really
I
emotional.
like that he doesn't have Mary Jane anymore, but
Yeah. The reason
He was just too comfortable.
you can't have that. You can't have a happy couple. in comic
You
books.
can't.
Oh,
you can't have a
bullshit.
happy
Done.
Spider-Man.
Go read. Tejan, have you been reading any of the DC stuff? This has come out like the last month. The DC Rebirth.
No, I have not.
I read Green Arrow, and
Mhm.
all my buddies had it because it sold out literally everywhere around me. Because everyone's giving it 10s. Like the relationship between Oliver Queen and Donny Lance is awesome,
Mhm.
and they fucking nail it. So yeah, you can do like
Oh,
relationships.
you absolutely. That was the
But
thing.
I think
with,
that's more of a DC thing because like you look at like Superman, Lois Lane,
Oh yeah.
Oliver Queen, Black Canary, and a few different others that have like significant others that are also heroes or involved in the world.
That was always the great thing with Barry Allen because he
and
always
Iris
had
West
Linda forever.
Wait,
It was like
that's Wally.
Iris.
Barry is Iris.
Linda was
Wally is Linda, and like they both have stable, healthy relationships.
And that was Wally too. They had 2 kids, and the comic book was fantastic.
Yeah, it was, and he's
and
back.
They fucking said it.
He's back.
Wally West
and Barry remembers him, and then like that's how the world like starts to reshape itself.
Do they still have new Wally West?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna eventually die. And like in this universe now, like the New 52 Superman is dead. Pre-Crisis or pre-New 52 Superman is back. Post-Crisis, I guess Superman is back. Has a son with Lois. He's been hiding out for like 10 years in this world and like under an assumed name because he doesn't want to be Superman because there already is a Superman. He just kind of he got into this world somehow and they never really explained it. Yeah. But it didn't matter. Because Superman Rebirth #1 was also really, really awesome. Because I
should read these.
It's really.
Why did they have to do
really
this complicated movie thing? Like, I like how streamlined Marvel seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like Marvel is just what the plot is. It might be a very big and wide plot, but it is one plot that's happening.
That's the movies, not the comic books.
Yeah, those
comic books are very convoluted.
Yeah,
as well.
comic books are like
they're not
Dr.
doing
Octopus just implanted his brain.
That doesn't trade well into an hour and 30-minute movies, though.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you have to cherry pick certain stories to fit your narrative that you're going for. Like in this case, I read an awesome article about how like what they're doing with Tony Stark and like the whole like they're just like slowly unraveling his mental stability. And it's like, man, you rewatching all those movies going, oh shit.
You kind of see it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in 3 when he's got anxiety now because he had to fucking face aliens face on and he like has an anxiety attack. He doesn't understand what the fuck's happening. Yep. And then it goes on to do the Avengers and all this stuff and he's slowly getting worse. And,
yeah. That's going to be...
I have not seen Civil War.
It's
I don't know how I haven't.
It's like comprehensible film.
I would say it's the 3rd best MCU film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it through and through. There's a few parts where it's like, oh, this feels a little out of like the film, but like a lot of the shit that's happening is like really dire, and you just kind of feel like, oh, this really funny part really wasn't needed for this scene. It kind of took me out of it. But
you're talking about which scene are you talking about? The thing where he shoots Falcon?
It's the thing where it's... Yeah.
No, some people, in my first viewing, everyone laughed. The second viewing, everyone was like, oh, damn, he just, like, basically could have killed him.
Yeah.
Because he's pissed. There was a very... I don't think they intended that to be funny.
Yeah. No,
I think some audiences... I think it was just how they shot it, like the wide angle... It looked like like a splash panel on like a cartoon or something. They were
after
just like,
Rhodey hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It felt like it wasn't in the intention, but how it was like shown made it happen like that.
Yeah. No, it definitely like for me the first time it was like, oh shit, like yeah, I understand that feeling, that emotion. There's a lot of stuff like introducing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was like this really cheerful.
Him and Ant-Man were such good inclusions in that.
Oh my
whole
god,
bit. They were
so
fantastic.
I believe my favorite line in the whole film was Ant-Man with the water truck, and I just lost my shit.
Right. We should
stuff like that.
Spoilers, just because Tegan hasn't seen it. And
I mean, you're not really truly spoiling it.
I know.
You're just saying this guy does a funny thing.
You should go into this with your eyes open because so much happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for the most part, they juggle like maybe 14 characters, really like main characters, really damn well.
I think that's the one thing that I had a problem with it because it is Captain America's story.
It felt like an Avengers movie. It wasn't really.
But at this point, you're building off of 9 movies.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to.
Yeah.
For me, think about it. In comics, how many times is there an event comic book where it's Captain America, but there's a bunch of other guest stars? So it's still like Captain America centric. It's still like Bucky and his main characters are there.
And they do have some standout scenes. Like, there's some standout Captain America. God, I just like this dude.
Yeah. I think the nice thing about that film is they did a good job at balancing the weird situation that happened, because for Captain America, this is like everything was urgent and it had to happen now, whereas Iron Man's side to the fight is he could have waited it out. The reason Captain America had to like betray what he stood for and all of that sort of stuff is because they were going to kill his best friend if he didn't. And so it's a very personal kind of thing. And I felt they did that really well. And they conveyed that really well.
The only thing missing for me was, like, one of the best parts about the Civil War comic is like, the very end, where he's like, oh, I'm wrong.
Things happen.
You can take me in. Like that kind of thing, where he just, like, turns himself in. That kind of, like, cathartic moment. Even though not necessarily, you can even argue in this one that he actually wasn't wrong. Which is so really, really cool. Like, they handle both sides so well, where you can debate and be right on both sides.
Yeah. It's just, they did a really good job.
The Russo brothers can just direct everything, as far as I'm concerned.
For me, that's where I'm broken. The thing I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is they have these, whenever they bring in a stylized director, I'm loving the styles better. Like James Gunn with his Guardians of the Galaxy was just so different and refreshing and entertaining.
I'm really excited for Stephen Strange, because they got a horror movie director directing it, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
Plus, him and Tony Stark or Tony Stank need to meet up and be like the invincible facial hair bros.
Yes.
Yes. High five.
The one thing for me and the Marvel Universe is that I think they need to not every single movie has to be connected to another movie.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone has to have, oh, look at this, it's the Cosmic Cube piece yellow is here in the corner for this movie and it's calling out. It's like Doctor Strange can just live on its own. Like Ant-Man, did it really need the scene with the Avengers and Falcon?
Well,
it
that
was
was
pretty
why,
cool.
That's
But
why when the original director didn't want that. I think the original
Edgar
director
Wright
left because they wanted to include Falcon, and he thought it was stupid. He was like, no, they don't need it to be there. You're just trying to connect it to everything else. And they were like, well, yeah. And he was like, well, that's stupid. And he left.
you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
See, I liked Phase 1 better with that, because the connection was like one guy, Phil Coulson.
Yeah.
You know, who is still fucking alive, Marvel, for the love of God. Like,
I know.
bring
He should
S.H.I.E.L.D.
be there
back
once
in.
a while.
Like,
Is S.H.I.E.L.D. still, is that show still on?
yes,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
good.
It's kinda like Inhumans
season 2
now
and
instead.
3 got really good.
Season 1 was so bad.
Well, yeah,
It was pretty bad.
it was a show that should have started 2 months before Winter Soldier. Introduced to the cast, do some week of villain of the week stuff. Boom, Winter Soldier happens. S.H.I.E.L.D. is falling apart, because it turned a corner as soon as that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it was brilliant. They brought in Deathlock and
the guy that was playing John Garrett, what is his name? It's Game Over Man. What's his name?
Yeah,
Bill Paxton.
Game over,
Paxton.
man. Game
He
over.
was epic as that character. Anytime
so
he's on
good.
the screen, you're like going, man, how much did
So-
they pay him? Oh my
I feel
god,
like
this is awesome.
Ward was around way too long, though. That pissed me off. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just dragged it out for so long.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who was the agent who was good, but then he's actually bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
And
becomes
then they returned
possessed.
again later in the newest season, and I'm like, you could have used someone else. You didn't need Ward to be there. Could have.
I will say, though,
I wanted an octopus
he's a good enough
face.
actor to sell that, so it was
Right,
okay.
I wanted him to have his real face, like the real high face, the whole time. It would have been great. Davy Jones in it up.
Yeah. But yeah, that show is awesome. And like apparently Marvel wanted them to come back in some of the stuff I've heard is like they wanted him to come back in Ultron, but then Whedon was like, fuck no. And that was part of the big fallout with that, because Marvel really wanted to step in and say, hey, do this.
Yeah.
And Whedon didn't want to, because he killed him, and you can't undo a Joss Whedon death. Fuck you.
But they did.
Wash
They
is
did.
still
But the
dead,
weird thing
fuckers.
is, he also him and his brother wrote the first pilot. To
Exactly,
the Agents of
right?
S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Like, he wrote it. Like, God, and it's like, just
My
pisses
only
me
problem
off.
with S.H.I.E.L.D. now is that I feel like I really like the Inhumans, and I'm really sad the way they're going with it, just because I miss Black Bolt and Medusa.
Well, they're
and
just
the
doing it
Inhuman
as like
movies.
the
It keeps
Earth
getting
stuff.
pushed back.
I'm hopeful that they'll get introduced because like they're just doing strictly the Earth stuff, and clearly the culture in season 2, like they knew about the stuff off planet because she's her mother was like what several centuries, if not thousands of years old, so she knew about it, but then she's dead, so like that connection's gone, but it's still out there. I know, and I think they've handled it well enough, like the stuff with the Kree, like they've peppered in enough to really build on to something in a movie. They just need to fucking do it and
I know. They keep pushing the movie is my like issue. Is like I feel like if they had it like soon,
I almost wonder if it's because Diesel wasn't going to be available. Because of Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Because he would be pretty awesome as Black Bolt.
Yeah. I love how the two characters that he plays are like the least dialogue heavy characters in the
But when they speak,
the Marvel
it's
universe.
truly powerful.
Who's playing the dog?
Yeah, Lockjaw.
Right. I also want Cosmo to have lines in Guardians of the Galaxy. Cosmo the dog.
Yeah.
A Russian space dog.
I want to know when they're finally gonna bring Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel into the universe.
She's in the universe.
Yeah, Camilla Khan, Miss Marvel.
Camilla Khan.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
My daughter's
Girl
huge. She loves those two characters. She has like a bunch of their comics, and
they're fantastic.
Like, they're great. They're so well written.
Squirrel Girl is fucking insane.
Well written, well drawn. They're funny, and they just anybody can pick it up.
She's super powerful, and it's like hilarious because she's just ridiculous and naive and immature, but she's like more powerful than multiple superheroes in that universe.
Well, it's like
have you ever gotten in a fight with a squirrel? It's impossible to beat them. They're fucking vicious.
I also love like her like little companions. I don't know. I read some of the recent ones, and there's like Chipmunk Hunk and Koi Boy, and it's just like I love like the little dumb superheroes that she teams up with, and it's like
who's the guy who writes that?
I don't know.
Ryan North?
I don't know.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm looking around their comics nearby.
You can smell them.
Smell them. They're around here somewhere.
Smell the paper. The newsprint. I want it.
Yeah. No, Camilla Khan's good. I love the new Miss Marvel, I think. But that's more like Inhuman stuff that I feel like she might be a thing in the Inhumans movie that might come out, but
I know at the end of this season of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was really hoping they're gonna do like the Inhumanity storyline where there's a Terrigen bomb and all these different people get superpowers because that's where Miss Marvel comes from.
Yeah.
And they would have a really good segue to introduce both Black Bolt and Medusa and Miss Marvel, but they stopped it.
I think her story would work really well as a show.
TV show,
that would work amazingly as a show. Especially because it's still a fresh new comic, so it's like we have really fresh material that we can play off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Netflix series number 5.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Netflix series too. They're all super good.
I have to Jessica Jones. I'm on episode 2. Yeah,
that's
so far seems good.
Oh,
it's a totally different type of show from Daredevil, but goddamn, is it engaging?
It's probably the best Marvel thing I've seen in like film or TV. In my opinion, it is the best.
Better than Spider-Man 2?
That wasn't Marvel. That was Sony.
That
doesn't count.
But that is one of the top 5 comic book things of all time. God damn, is that movie good? That is borderline.
I'm such a minority with this.
That is a borderline great
like
movie for me.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
I do too. I mean, I know the second one was garbage. I can pick apart why it was garbage, but I still enjoyed it enough to watch it like 5 times.
I really liked Andrew Garfield as
he was great. Him and Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. They're in their chemistry together.
They dated in real life, so they definitely have chemistry.
But I mean, Tom Holland, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, he did a good job. What's with British actors and playing Spider-Man?
Yeah. As long as it's not Tobey Maguire.
Oh my god! I don't know why.
No, I don't know what I'm saying. He was great in Spider-Man 2. I don't know why I'm saying
that. Well, he kind of was. Like it was just. It wasn't because of him. This is a really fucking well written movie. Yeah. Like the themes that they worked with and everything was great. It was awesome. And he kind of sucked.
Jones,
but
I think I could have done without the end.
With
running
the what?
Away from the church scene in Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, that was very. I don't know. That's very Sam Raimi.
That movie came out right after Lord of the Rings 3, where they had like 27 endings. So it was like, I watched that movie and I'm like, oh my god, they're doing the Lord of the Rings thing where they're going to have like 7 endings to this movie. Only 1 extra, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But we can all agree that no one has really learned the lesson of Spider-Man 3, and it sucks.
Oh my god, you don't need multiple villains.
But I love the walking though. When he's Venom and he's got the emo
Oh,
hair, I
gosh.
love it.
There's
so
there's
much.
got to be redeeming scenes in Spider-Man 3. I'm trying to
There's a
think.
few.
I love it. I just love that scene when he's walking and doing
The Sandman
flag.
origin is like,
Sandman's
Oh.
great.
damn, this is
The
good.
story starts out fine, yeah.
You
He's,
don't.
like, tragic.
The thing is, you
feel bad
didn't
for him.
need anybody else but Sandman.
Because, yeah, like that fight at the end where he's just fucking huge and owning shit. He doesn't need
Yeah.
Venom. He's
Yeah.
just doing it by
Venom
himself.
was almost the new Green Goblin, Venom. They were completely superfluous to the film almost, except for like the symbiote storyline, which you didn't even need the symbiote storyline because.
Well, because in like with the best version
That's
of
the thing.
that, I
It
think,
never should have
was in a
incarnated into
cartoon.
Venom.
Yeah.
He never should have turned. It should have been. He basically should have just shedded the stuff at the end of the movie and fought as regular Spider-Man, and then it never like Venom is like set up for the next one. That's
Exactly.
where Venom's revenge happens.
Like that's when you see this thing, the teaser cut at the end with him in the church, and then it falls on him. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
And
be great.
perfect.
But that
Yeah,
does
you do it-
predate the Marvel teases and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe if that movie had been rewritten now, that's how it would go.
Yeah.
That kind of
Well,
thing
if
had never really been like
also-
done in comic book movies.
Sam Raimi also wanted to bring in the Vulture for the fourth film, having it be played by John Malkovich.
That would be
And,
perfect.
It's so disappointing that is not going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like
I mean,
Sam Raimi.
the Vulture is old as shit, so he can still always play.
So,
So we've hit the hour mark. That usually means we get to wrapping up. But if there's anything you guys have been working on, you want to pimp something coming out soon, please feel free to do so. Pimp your website, yada yada yada, other stuff.
we'll give you, just the website's thirstykrakentavern.com, and
All our
That's-
stuff's on there. We try and update it a lot. Like, I put that we were going to be on here as well on there. We have a little news section, though it was a little late because I was busy playing Game of Thrones.
Fair play.
But most of our stuff will be on there. And also, we put out YouTube videos twice a month, so.
Nice.
Yes.
Chaos, do we have anything coming out soon?
The rest of the Sakura and Until Dawn Let's Play is going to come out, and also the rest of the Season 1 tournament. Yeah, I like the choose your own path games
Yeah,
that's
a lot,
the
especially if they're
Telltale
done
games
well.
kind of like that, aren't they?
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about it. It's like, the one thing is, like, it's really hard to... Yeah, some of them decisions matter, some of them don't matter. I'm really interested in this one to see what the difference is. Going back, how much it changes, but...
Is this a completely different story from like anything in the books?
Yeah,
Is it just like its own like side story?
It's a side story. It follows one of the houses that followed Stark to the Red Wedding. And so it's like a side house that followed Stark, and it takes place alongside other events, like you encounter the Red Wedding, you encounter Tyrion poisoning Joffrey and stuff like that. But it's not related. It's mostly
Joffrey.
that event when he gets arrested and you visit him in prison and stuff like that. And yeah, but it's all mostly about.
Is there a thing where you can play as his champion and then get killed by the mountain?
I wish.
Oh my god. that's-
Especially since in that scene you play like.
Is
a
that
really
still
That
young
probably
the most-
fits your guys' masochist tendencies.
For me, I was watching that on my laptop in my room in bed in the dark with headphones on. So after that scene happened,
It just goes black too. with
it
no
went
music.
black. I just kind of closed my computer
You're
and
just
then just like sat in the dark and like kind of wondered what I was doing with my life.
That's
Is that the most brutal scene in that show, do you think?
it's up there.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the unborn fetus being stabbed like 5 times.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty. It's just so jarring because you don't expect it. It comes out of nowhere, and then it's just that's the end of the episode. It's just like they don't leave you on any happy note. It's just like done.
The weird thing is you kind
I
of
knew it was
expect
coming. Yeah.
but not to that extent.
You don't
I
expect
knew it was
the
coming
kid
from
to
the
become a
books, and I'm
crushed
like,
watermelon.
I still wasn't prepared.
Oh,
It was vicious.
yeah, it
So
was
good.
so. Whoever directed that episode just needs an award for that scene.
most uncomfortable feeling ever in Game of Thrones, and that's impressive.
Yeah. Yep.
Wartburg, what are you working on?
I'm actually working on something that's now in the chat for the Skype thing. It's a wood project that I'm doing for a charity stream this weekend.
Nice.
It's a raffle giveaway. We're doing a 24-hour charity stream. One of our charity people in the community, she's organized 3-4 streams for people, and we've raised a few $1,000s here and there. And I believe it was her husband got fairly sick right after they changed insurances and stuff, so the deductible was kind of nuts. So we're doing a charity stream to help them out. And
That's this weekend?
Yes, it's this weekend. June. It starts 10 a.m. on Saturday, goes to 10 a.m. on Sunday Central Time. And one of the things for me is a Tower of Pimps statue/bank thing that I have yet. I need to finish it tomorrow, but
Looks
it's
pretty
mostly
awesome
done
so far.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Thirsty Kraken. Oh, wait. What is with the name?
What?
Thirsty
Oh,
Kraken Tavern?
Yeah, tell us about the name real quick.
okay. It's going back to D&D and campaign stuff like that. The idea was the trope is in Pathfinder or D&D, people meet in a tavern. Adventurers meet in a tavern and they go on a quest.
Uh-huh.
So we're like, okay, let's make a cool tavern name. And we just threw two things together, Thirsty Kraken. We live on the island, so Krakens are cool. And Thirsty, well, we like our beer, so Thirsty Kraken Tavern.
I
If
love
somebody
the logo.
buys a round, is there a soundbite that plays "Release the Kraken"?
Well, there is
Well,
now.
there is now.
And they actually paid Liam Neeson to come do the voice.
Oh, here's the thing: if the YouTube thing doesn't work out, you have a great bar name.
That's
I know.
our
That's
backup plan. If this all goes to shit, at least we can have an awesome bar in the future.
Mhm.
It'd
It may just be your
it'd
house,
a great
but-
set for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We wanted to do eventually get a set and have we do our videos from that set and be the bartenders, but our budget's not there yet.
We have a green screen. We can pretend sometimes.
Yeah.
Just sell 10,000,
Sell
20,000
sell a
comic
kidney,
books.
and I think you're good.
No big deal.
When we sell out.
On that day, we will have a bar.
Well, thank you guys again for joining us tonight.
Thank you for
having
having
Wartburg
us.
and Chaos for being awesome, and I was sucked. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the forum thread. You can like us on Facebook. You can follow our 2 YouTube channels: the TFT Productions for our podcast and live shows, and TFT Plays for gaming stuff. All our gaming stuff is on that channel. Don't forget to like us here on Twitch. Click that little heart button. Give us a little bit of love. Just it's really awesome.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yes, subscribe to us on iTunes. Subscribe to the Forum Thread Podcast on iTunes. Also, if you like, you can join our website, www.theforumthread.com. It's a forum right now. You can join our forum. You can join the conversation, talk to us, banter with us, make fun of us, talk shit on us. Do whatever you want. I'm the administrator, so, I might let you do it, and maybe I'll fucking ban you. Who knows? Depends on how I feel. It depends on how much you bribe me with. We're very nice and welcoming here. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and good night, and we love you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right,
See you later.
and Gus.
Boys.